Hey everyone, welcome to a new episode of MMA and Coffee. On this episode, we're going to do a new setup where we basically have several talking points and then
little news.
Yeah, and then after that, we'll do some predictions on fights.
So the first story, biggest story of the week, Conor McGregor. Supposedly the fight's going to happen, then Mayweather will say it's not happening, then they're going back and forth. What do y'all think?
In the beginning, skeptic, but even now they kind of have me thinking it's a possibility. If you look at what Conor's goals were in the UFC, it was to be a, two-weight division belt holder. He's done that, and each fight he's looking to top the previous fight and make more money. And really, this is the fight where he can make the most money.
Right.
Nobody would turn this fight down.
No, I would fight.
I'd be shocked. I would be shocked if they don't fight. They're fighting more than likely.
You think it'll happen like this year? Though? I mean, Mayweather's not getting any younger, so I guess it's got to happen sooner than later.
If it does, I would say end of the year, maybe next year. I bet it's going to be drawn out. It's going to take a while. They're going to have to figure all that UFC.
I feel like it'll happen maybe this.
I mean, maybe the end of the year, because
maybe summertime.
You got to look at it too. He's already left the featherweight division.
Yeah.
And lightweight.
They're doing an interim belt.
They're doing an interim belt. So the winner of the Khabib and Ferguson fight, they're going to want to fight him. So you're going to have a period of time where he's either going to put off fighting them and they fight someone else, or he's going to fight them, or the Mayweather fight.
It'd be weird if they defended it. That'd be weird.
Yeah, so I was going to say, the longer it goes on, like the longer the fight gets drawn out, the weirder the position the UFC's in with that belt.
And I wonder how long he's going to stay off the shelf and he's healthy. Like, you got a champion, he's the champ, and he's not injured, and he's not fighting.
It's weird.
I wonder, what do y'all think?
It's a unique situation.
He likes being active.
What do y'all think if the Mayweather fight takes too long? You think he takes an MMA fight before that?
I think he might.
And risk losing?
I mean, is he just going to not get paid forever, Like, he's going to...
The thing is, if he loses the Mayweather fight, might go out the window.
That's true.
Like, that's the whole appeal.
I don't know,
He's like this big winning streak.
I would say he either...
Not coming off a loss.
He either fights...
He'd just have to rematch.
He'd have to win.
He either fights him this year or he doesn't.
Yeah, it's got to happen within the next few months.
It's got to happen very soon.
Yeah.
If not, then he's got the UFC and all that's going on.
Right.
If you had to pick today, who would you pick to win that fight?
I think we're all probably going to say Mayweather. I mean, it's a boxing match, so... The only thing is Conor, he's got a little bit more than a puncher's chance, but not much.
Well,
he is kind of technical.
Well, here's the interesting thing is he's a counter fighter, and he counters right overhands. Mayweather's orthodox. He does do 1-2s with his right hand, which is what Conor likes to counter. And most people that fight Mayweather, they make the mistake of chasing him and trying to get him against the corner, and he just rolls off their punches. If Conor could get him, if he could talk a lot of shit, get in his head and get him to overcommit to where he could counter him, that would be the only way Conor wins, is if he counters.
He's done that to like everyone else pretty much, but I don't think he can do that to Mayweather. Mayweather will sit back forever.
I don't think he would either, but it's going to be interesting to see how Mayweather reacts once they're in the same room and Conor's just destroying him on mic.
Right. See if he can get him pissed off.
Yeah, that is going to be
because no one's done
fun
that.
to watch.
Right. Most of the people he's fighting,
the press conference,
they don't even know English.
The press conference will probably set a record. It'll be the most viewed
the press conference will be insane. And Conor, every press conference, he keeps topping it.
Right. Yeah. Well,
he probably won't even show up. Like, he keeps getting later and later.
Well, in that fight, if he, his best chance is at the beginning, and if he doesn't knock him out, then Mayweather picks him apart and wins the decision. Either way, I think Mayweather has more to lose.
Yeah, 49-1, and the one being to an MMA fighter looks really bad. It would look really good for everyone that argues MMA is better,
Right.
Oh, it'd be huge. I'm surprised Mayweather. I think he probably knows, like, I could beat this dude easily. If not, why would he risk dangerous. Like
Right.
he's risking everything with this fight.
Yeah, he's got to feel.
He's risking his
that
legacy,
and all the
everything.
money. Yeah.
Well, also though, is if Conor loses, I think his stock goes up more in MMA because now you got all these people who didn't watch it, knowing about him and tuning in.
Is it though? Isn't Conor a bigger draw right now than Floyd?
No, I'm just
People
saying.
watch Conor.
I'm just saying.
Internationally,
I'm
at
saying his pay-per-views in the UFC would go up after the Mayweather fight.
Maybe on average. I mean, I don't think it would be bigger than what the Mayweather fight is.
Oh, nothing will
Yeah,
be bigger
yeah.
than that, but I do think his stock in MMA goes up.
Yeah, he'll get a new audience.
I think it just depends on how he loses. If he loses really bad, it's gonna be hard going back.
He could just say, "I
and
lost to
saying
the
I'm the
boxer,"
champ,
and
I'm the
boxer.
champ, I'm the best.
Yeah,
After you just got smoked. You know?
Yeah, it would hurt him some if he got like first round knockout, especially since Floyd doesn't knock people out.
Yeah, that
You know,
I
so-
don't see that.
But
That was-
chances in
Close.
boxing of really even Conor
Floyd's-
knocking Floyd out are very low. Very low.
Floyd's smaller, those big gloves.
yeah,
Even if he caught Floyd once, Floyd is probably gonna adjust. And
Yeah, he'll
he's not gonna
cover
get you
up.
again.
he'd have to knock him out
Have
the
to be
one
a
time.
one
he caught
punch
him.
knockout.
Yeah.
All right. The next, probably the second biggest story. It's definitely overshadowed by this, but GSP supposedly coming back. So, do y'all think he should come back though? You know.
I think he is coming back, but I don't think he should.
Yeah, he's probably coming back. It's looking more and more definite. It looks almost like a sure thing.
Yeah, he's coming
Yeah.
back. The thing is, who's he gonna fight? How's he
Yeah.
gonna look? He's only 35, so he's not
right,
like
he's
it's not
not-
like he's Anderson's age.
Right. He could still have a few years left potentially.
Oh, I'm sure.
Even if he's declined some.
Yeah, even if he's declined, he could still come in and have fights and maybe lose some. But is he gonna come in, lose one, and keep fighting?
I don't think we'll ever see him as dominant as he used to be,
No
No,
way.
probably
no
not.
way.
but he has always talked about moving up weight, and if anytime with all the regulations and stuff with I feel like this is the time for him being older and stuff. I see him fighting middleweight now, and
Well, with the champ being the guy from his generation too, it's Bisping.
yeah,
It's
Right.
another guy from his
and
era.
also there's
that he
fights
could fight.
in middleweight for him. He could fight Anderson. He could fight
Yeah,
Bisping.
5 years too late.
Yeah, way too late.
Well, it's just like Chuck.
Still
and-
a good
watch
fight.
it.
It's
I'd
just
watch
like
it.
it's
Yeah.
just like
Fight.
it's just
Yeah.
like Chuck and Vanderlei. That
Yeah.
fight was too late, but
Yeah, I don't know if it was as late as this one would be.
oh god, yeah.
That was like a year too late.
Yeah.
Not,
Like showing up
not
in
Like
seven
6
Walker,
years late.
Yeah.
Prime.
we both broke our legs.
Yeah.
Now we're fighting each
It's
other.
kind of funny, even though he's never fought at middleweight. I think he matches up better against Bisping than he does with the contenders at welterweight right now.
I would agree.
So that would, and then he could potentially make history if he actually won. So
Yeah.
2 belt.
you know, that would move his stock up.
Yep.
Not that it needs to be moved up
It's a
on the
big
all-time
deal. It's
list.
gonna be a big deal him coming back.
Yeah.
Whoever
It's-
fights.
Yeah, I mean, McGregor's definitely the star right now, but GSP's like maybe as far as selling power, he's got to be like one step below. You know, like,
Yeah, he's got.
it might be a
he's
big
got
step,
a whole country
but-
behind him.
Yeah, and he's got all the old
known by a
school
lot of people as
fans.
one of the
Well, that's
best
another
ever.
thing with GSP coming back, and let's say Conor and Mayweather fight doesn't happen. You might have the Conor and GSP fight.
That would
I
be
mean-
kind of wild.
It would be.
I mean,
That would be
at
that would be
this point-
interesting. That would
I mean,
be more interesting of an actual fight.
I don't think GSP would take that fight. He wouldn't
Maybe
fight
not the
Anderson
first
all
fight.
those years.
No, I'm not talking about first fight. I'm just saying if he's
Well-
back in the UFC, they could eventually
The
fight.
the only
He's
thing
back and
is
he's
Connor's
winning.
not bigger. Anderson's bigger than GSP. I don't think Connor's bigger than GSP.
No.
So
No.
they're a lot closer in size. So I can see
Yeah,
him
They're the
being
same
more
height,
willing.
but GSP
Yeah.
weighs way more.
I could see him be a lot more willing to fight Connor than he was to fight Anderson.
Yeah.
At this point, he'd probably fight Anderson because they're both old, so it doesn't
He
matter.
would take the Anderson fight
Yeah.
now for sure. He
Yeah,
would.
'cause, yeah,
But
you don't look as
Conor
impressive.
would be pretty dangerous for him.
Right.
Alright.
So we got breaking news actually while we were filming this. GSP did sign a contract with the UFC, so he's definitely going to fight. He doesn't have an opponent yet, but he's definitely coming back. And they said, I think third quarter is
Third
when they
quarter, he'll
expect
be
it.
back.
So he's coming back this fall. So that's a sure thing. It is a sure thing now.
I wonder now though.
If it's third quarter though, and Bisping was getting surgery and stuff,
Right.
it seems more like they're catering towards that being the
That
fight.
seems like the match to make. And
I don't
it's two
know, though,
older
'cause-
guys.
Well, I heard Bisping in an interview though. He'll be ready in like 2 months. He said 2 months. It's just a minor surgery.
If he's gonna get the GSP fight, I think he waits though. It's more money in it.
Yeah.
I think he'll wait
smart.
3 months.
Maybe so.
3 extra months.
Yeah. That's the thing. Who is GSP gonna fight if it's
Well,
not Bisping? Or
If they've set it up though perfect though for him to even fight the winner of Woodley and Wonderboy.
He could take either.
He could take either
He
one.
could take either.
He has
Especially with
he
that
has
time
two
frame.
options.
Yeah.
which
for
is
some reason, he wants to fight Bisping though. They said he's. Really
He
wants
probably
to
feels
fight
like
him.
it's a better matchup, and it's another guy from his generation. You
It's
know,
another
his era.
division. He
And
can
it's a
make-
new division. He would make, like, if he won the welterweight belt back, I don't feel like that's as much as history as winning the middleweight belt. You
No,
know?
it's not.
Really, he has no reason to go back to welterweight.
Not really. He just got, he could take fights, he could just do whatever, you know?
He doesn't unless he went to middleweight and just. Not this.
Yeah, if he just gets
He's
manhandled
losing. Yeah,
and
he's
they're just
losing.
too big and he's
Yeah.
losing.
Well, he could easily
Yeah.
just say, "Oh." It's
I
just
still think he's a small middleweight.
He would be.
He's a small middleweight.
I don't know, man. I don't know because he's like.
I just have to wait to
he's-
see how they
He's
look.
trained with people like Rashad. Rashad talked about how great he is at wrestling on.
Oh, I think he's got the technical ability, but
I think he.
you put him in
I
there.
think he's fine.
Rashad's not a big light heavyweight though. He's
I'm
he's
just
basically
saying.
middleweight.
He's a
I'm just
middleweight,
saying
yeah.
though, like he can compete.
Yeah,
against
he could.
middleweights.
He could.
Yeah, he can compete. I just know like Hendricks and busting his face up, which
Yeah.
Hendricks is going to middleweight
He's going
too.
to middleweight
though.
too.
So
Yeah.
And you look at someone like Lombard, who's middleweight. He's shorter than GSP.
I can just see him not wanting to do the weight cut at this point.
There's no
like,
reason
honestly.
to. So.
One thing we were gonna mention is Brock retired again. That was kind of weird timing. It was almost brilliant, I think, because he buried it. It got buried because of all the other news going on.
Yeah, no one's talking about
yeah, I
it.
just seen that he retired, and then I didn't even see reaction or anything to it.
Yeah, I can't say I'm surprised. Though.
I mean,
It was
I
kind of
kinda-
weird because he
Yeah.
wasn't actually. I mean, he came back for 200, but he wasn't really fighting. Like he hasn't been fighting for a while.
right.
So
It was kind of what.
Be
It was a
different if he had
one-time thing. He's
Yeah.
not coming back.
Yeah.
I wonder why he just didn't retire that night.
I wonder if he kind of thought that he was gonna get away with it, and so maybe.
I'm sure he did.
Yeah. So he was like, "Well, I won." Maybe he planned on. He probably would have got a title shot.
As long as
Yeah.
You know, if he
as
didn't
long as they
pop.
had the
nowadays,
USADA and strict
you know?
now, there's no way he's gonna fight because he uses substances.
Yeah.
So we won't see him again.
145 title. Should the rematch be? Should Durandamy fight Holly a rematch, or should she fight Cyborg?
Well, consider the only fighters in the division. Those are the only two fights she'd have. It depends on how long Cyborg's out. If she's out for a while, I think they could make the rematch, especially since it wasn't clear cut.
Right.
You had the fact that she could have lost points. It could have went the other way. I mean, to me, it wasn't an exciting fight.
No, it wasn't.
But they could easily make a rematch.
I didn't think about that. If Cyborg don't come back, there's no other fights.
Right, they have to make it.
Yeah, they're gonna make it.
Unless
so-
they-
At first, I was really saying Holly should definitely get the rematch, but man, coming
It just
off
depends
3
on-
losses is so weird to me to fight for a title. Has
Yeah.
that ever happened?
If it did, it was by Randy.
Or Nick Diaz.
yeah.
But I think she does deserve a rematch. That fight was bullshit. Like,
Yeah.
it was bullshit. Not getting no points taken away. So.
Well, the fact that the points didn't get taken away and it still was close.
I think the real debate is. My only request to the UFC is if they make the rematch, please don't make it the main event. Make it the
yeah,
co-main.
it should be a co-main.
Well,
God,
that's another thing is now since we have new ownership, it's
Yeah.
like they put this big emphasis on every pay-per-view being a title fight.
And I do like that, but I don't like that they're
I do not
kind of pulling belts out of their ass.
That's what I mean.
Dude.
Though. They're like
Yeah.
making up belts just to do it, though. So.
Right.
Yeah, I think Anderson and Brunson probably would have been the main event. More people were excited about that fight
They didn't even promote it, and they probably would have made
than the
more
Holly
money if
fight.
they had.
So.
Yeah.
But last topic before the fights, tough announcement. It's a comeback season. I like it. I mean, what do y'all
I
think?
love it. I
You know?
can't wait.
The biggest surprise to me is that they bring in Joe Daddy. He's coming back. He's really not that old, but he started fighting really young.
He's
done a
only
lot of damage.
35.
Yeah.
I looked it up this morning. He started fighting in 1999. And I was thinking about how BJ won his belt
Right.
fighting him.
Right.
The lightweight belt.
Yeah.
And how long ago that was, and how bad.
Yeah, that was
BJ
like
looked.
10 years ago. At least?
Yeah, and how bad BJ looked. You know, but
Right.
I was looking at his record. He's won 2 in a row, but before that he lost like 6 in a row. He lost a lot.
I remember him losing a lot.
He had lost a lot. They were all to like Mac Danzing and
Yeah, like bigger names.
Or younger people.
Yeah.
Soteropoulos. Like he had some.
Yeah, that Sateropoulos had a streak back then, but yeah.
He's got to win over Nate.
I think it'll be a good
I couldn't
season.
even find that fight. I couldn't even find
Yeah,
it.
you can't even find the video, especially with
I
the
was trying
coach.
to watch it.
The coaching dynamic though, with it being Cody and
That's good.
BJ, it should be.
I'm more
it should be
interested in
interesting.
that. It's definitely the perfect time for them to do this because the Ultimate Fire's been around long enough to where I feel like they're starting to run out of
Talent pool.
talent. Yeah, because in the beginning, you had all kinds of huge names afterwards because the UFC was young. They didn't have all the best fighters. Now that the UFC's been around long enough, if you're a really great fighter, most likely you're in the organization. So the Ultimate Fighter has slowly been going downhill because they haven't been, finding these new stars.
I think people are just less willing to do it now too.
Yeah,
Because you
like,
can
what
kind of
do you
work
get
up
out
through
of
the
it?
minor leagues.
Yeah, why
instead.
would you live in a house
You gotta
and
want.
have all these fights back to
And
back?
you could just be in the UFC.
You gotta like
just
want
lesser-
exposure, basically.
I think a lot of it is there's way more fighters that
Yeah.
aren't as good.
That's
it's not
true.
just the elite. There's fighters that
Like
aren't
an
as good.
oversaturation.
Yeah, they're not as good,
Yeah.
and so people that aren't even in the UFC are even worse than that.
Well, I just think in the beginning you had a lot of great fighters who weren't in the UFC yet, and
Right.
now it's at a point where if you're great, you're most likely
They
in it.
control the market a lot more than they did in 2005.
Right.
So first fight prediction, Saturday night, Fedor, Matt Mitrione, the heavyweight goat versus Mitrione, meathead.
A lot of people were calling him the GOAT of all MMA this week.
You can argue it. I don't.
He
agree
talked
with
about
it.
it. No, I don't agree with it. But he talked about in his interview how it gets kind of old, like the way people treat him, like this,
Yeah.
like worship him, and like he kind of gets old to him, like.
Well, you kind of
Agree.
see that with Anderson. The standards they put on him aren't realistic. Like if he doesn't knock someone out instantly, it's a bad performance, and I kind of see that happening with Fedor. Like they're acting like he just can't even lose fights and stuff.
I don't even.
At the end of the day, they're human.
I think Anderson watches that stuff though, and Fedor. I wonder how much he even. Like he thinks he's sick of it now. He doesn't get online. He doesn't seem like the kind of
Right.
dude that surfs Facebook on a regular basis or anything.
Yeah.
So I just wonder like how little he's actually heard versus how much is
he's
out
probably
there.
detached from it more. But
Yeah.
at the same time, I'm just saying, the standards for them is not the same.
Well,
as every other
anyone
fighter.
like GSP, I feel like that's one reason he left.
Too
So
much
anytime
pressure.
you got
Yeah, it's
you got
too
stuff
much.
like that, but I mean, I think he wins the fight though.
He should win the fight. If he doesn't, then it's just
Time to call it.
it's a testament that maybe
Yeah.
he's
I think he
Going
signed
down.
a 3-fight deal. But
Did he?
yeah, the thing is, his fights when he does lose, he loses pretty bad, and you never see him like go to decision lately. Just like
He
picking
did.
somebody apart. Like he
Yeah.
finishes them, or he gets
I don't
finished.
know. Martin went to decision, so
A lot of people thought he lost
because he
though.
got
Yeah.
caught.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
if he
lot of
got
people
caught in
thought he
that,
lost that
Mitrione
fight.
could catch him. But at the same time, if he catches, it's just
That's his best bet is getting him on a counter punch or something.
Yeah, actually, Maldonado, I forgot, he
Sirens.
appealed that. We got a cop chase going on.
Yeah.
He appealed that fight and got overturned to no contest.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that's not even a win.
Yeah, because
They were-
the so much was going on supposedly with the judges and
they
everything.
were in Russia.
Basically, it was rigged.
Yeah,
Like there was no way he could have won a decision.
yeah. I don't really remember round by round, but
I mean, just
thought
the
it
fact
was
that
close, but-
fact that Fedor, didn't beat him decisively shows you that
Right.
he's not
Maldonado is like a journeyman.
The thing about Maldonado, I think, though, is he's really tough and he is a good boxer.
Yeah.
Like, he's a better boxer than Fedor. Fedor just not
At the same time, though, I'm just saying.
And he can take his
I'm
punch.
just saying Fedor in his prime
Yeah,
should
he
have
would've
beaten
destroyed-
him. So the fact that he's even
destroyed
having
him.
competitive fights against
Yeah.
him shows you that Mitrione does have a chance.
Oh, he definitely has a chance. I think he's the favorite, actually.
Is he? He's
Yeah.
more athletic,
He's
at
the
least at this
favorite.
point.
He's the favorite,
Yeah,
so. But I think Fedor will pull it off.
Yeah, he should be able
He
to.
should, but if he doesn't,
Alright, the UFC card. Sunday night, kind of weird. But the only thing I was going to mention, side note on the undercard here, little Zahabi. I think his name's like Aiemann or something like that.
I don't know. I didn't even know he had a brother.
He's undefeated, all first round knockouts, so I'm
That's
kind of curious to
crazy.
see how he does.
I've seen a couple of
You
his
know?
fights. He's pretty good, but I think they were amateur fights, so it'd be interesting to see him in the UFC.
The most interesting fight on the undercard to me though is Carla finally fighting again against Randa, a fight that should have happened a couple years ago, honestly.
Right.
They were on the show and didn't.
I definitely want to see it.
Didn't.
Yeah,
But
I definitely want to see the fight.
Who do y'all think will win?
I think Randy's going to win just
Yeah.
because she's been more active, even though she's had some losses. Carla's been out for a very long time, and I still think, even with that, I still think it's going to be close. But I think the fact that Randa has been active should give her some advantages.
I think it gives her advantage, but I don't know. I don't know how she is gonna win. I don't know
if she
how I
gets
see her
taken
win.
down, I don't know how she's gonna deal with that.
It might be just to be a grappling match. They both like to grapple.
I want Randa to win, but I think Carla's probably gonna pull it off.
I'm-
Decision.
Yeah,
She's
I'm
got a wrestler.
50-50. I like I can see what you're thinking. I'm kind of leaning Randa on this too. I'm kind of going back and forth, but I think Randa has more tools. But she gets exposed, like, because she's not a specialist in any one thing. She's been exposed to people that are.
Right.
So I could see her just getting held down.
It really just depends on how Carla looks, really.
Yeah, that's.
That's
I'll agree with that.
I would have gave Carla.
We know what to expect from Randa.
Yeah,
Right? So
I think I would have gave Carla the advantage during the Ultimate Fighter.
At her best, maybe.
But now the fact she's had a long layoff and the fact that Randa has been fighting, so she's been getting better. So I think it's gonna be more competitive than if it was when they
Oh yeah.
should have fought back then.
And Carla's coming off that. That's a bad loss.
Yeah,
She's
it's
coming off
JJ.
of. I mean, that's.
Yeah.
well, she
That's
fought
hard.
one more. She won a fight
Is she?
since then. She fought last year. Yeah, it was like a buried on an undercard.
Okay.
It was like a decision. It wasn't a great fight. She didn't look that good, honestly. So, few fights on the main card. Don't want to talk about the whole main card, but Sara McMann's coming back fighting a girl that took it on short notice. Like I said earlier, I had to write her name down because there's no way I'll remember. I put it on my phone. I didn't actually write it. But Gina Mazany, I don't know. Liz Carmouche pulled out. This girl took it on short notice. It's kind of a wild card. She's undefeated, but she hadn't really fought anyone. So, Sara should win, I'm guessing.
Sara should win. If she doesn't, we'll be impressed by the other.
Right. If she wins, she'll be back in the picture, though. It's been a while since she's been in the title picture.
She fought Nunes before, right? Did she?
Right, all her
Did she have a win
losses-
over Nunes?
No. She lost to Nunes,
Did she?
Rousey, and Misha. She lost to all champions.
Oh, okay.
So it's another reason to think she'll probably beat this girl.
Right.
She only loses
She's
to
looked good.
champions.
Yeah, she's looked good lately.
Yeah.
So the two big fights, Johnny Hendricks, Hector Lombard. Neither one of them have looked that great lately. I don't really know what exactly to expect in this one.
I think Lombard wins, and if Johnny loses, he can't blame the weight cut anymore. Like, he's finally moving up. He's had this weight problem for a long time. We'll see. I don't think he's been on a losing streak, so for me, as long as he's still losing, I'm not going to bet on him winning.
To me, unless Hector knocks him out, though, I don't see
Which is
Hector.
what he's going to try to do.
Yeah, I don't see Hector winning by decision, though. I think
Yeah.
Johnny could probably win the decision.
The thing is, Johnny usually wins by being the bigger, stronger wrestler. I don't see him doing that against Lombard.
Maybe not. Yeah, it might be hard to take him down.
That's
Lombard's got
true.
that judo.
If he can take him down, I can see him grinding out a win, though.
Maybe towards
Yeah.
the third round, but the first round,
First round is Hector's most dangerous round.
Yeah.
It's kind of like Vitor.
It is.
You
Yeah.
know, I think he's got a little
it's
bit
an
more tools
interesting
to
fight.
at this point. But
Yeah.
it is. It
Get the
is.
Lombard.
So, main event, and the shame is that a lot of people might not see this because the All-Star game and NOLA representing Pels right now. But the Black Beasts represent NOLA. Derrick Lewis versus Travis Browne, who will not have Edmund in his corner. To give that little background, Lewis commented saying that Edmund isn't why Browne's been losing. Browne is why Browne's been losing.
Wow.
So there's a little bit of back and forth. Lewis obviously on a big streak, knocking people out.
So we're not gonna hear Edmund scream.
Kinda sad.
No!
I'm sad about that. I'm sad about that.
So who are we picking?
Man.
I think Browne, to me, he's kind of on dead man's ground. I don't think he'll be pulled from the UFC if he loses, but the fact that people are even talking about it, he's thinking about it. I think, this is kind of do or die for him.
Couldn't you use that argument for Johny a minute ago? I'm just saying.
Johnny just looks shit.
Johnny looks, yeah.
He just
I think
looks
the difference
complete
is,
shit.
yeah, Johnny looks
He's
like
been losing to good people, but
he looks like a completely different fighter though. Whereas Browne just, thing about Browne, he probably has more experience. Like Derrick Lewis kind of young in MMA.
Yeah, MMA wise.
I don't know. I just feel like Hendricks looks worse than Browne, and Browne's fighting heavyweight. He lost to Kane, who's former champion.
Right.
Like Hendricks went from being champion to like losing to people that aren't even really top 5. Like losing to Magny.
Magny's kind of up and coming. A lot of people thought he won the fight.
Yeah,
and then before that he fought Wonder Boy.
He lost to Wonder Boy and Lawler.
So-
That's true.
But I see what you're saying. He hasn't looked good, even though he's fighting really good people.
He looked
he's
good
not
for
looked-
maybe a round in that Magny fight and completely faded.
I think a lot of it is he left his training camp and he's just training at
By
a
himself.
gym by himself.
That's true.
It's not
That's
the
never
same.
good.
No.
That's never good.
Yeah, it's not.
I don't
bad.
like Connor's one of the few that's kind of been able to do it. That's because he can afford to bring people in. Usually, that's one reason why Browne hasn't looked that good. Who's he training with?
Yeah.
He left to go train with other people, and now
He looked the best when he was training at Jackson with people like John.
And Connor does have a gym. They have a team. So he does have some training partners.
And his teams will revolve around him.
Yeah.
So what are the picks on this?
To me, it's a toss-up. Really, it's heavyweight. I don't know.
Heavyweight's the hardest to call just because anyone can get knocked out.
Right. I could see Browne winning just by kicking him or something, but I could see Lewis taking him down and Donkey Konging him.
Really, we know what to expect from Lewis. I think with Browne not having Edmund, you're going to see if his other coaches he's got, how much they've changed the way he's fighting.
Yeah.
So
I'm firmly on board the hype train. This is Louisiana. This is All-Star Weekend in New Orleans. I'm going all New Orleans. Black Beast.
Black Beast.
Knockout first round.
That'd be awesome.
That's the only one I'm gonna call. I'm just I'm making a whole prediction.
If he wins, it probably would be first round.
Yeah.
Either one. Maybe.
yeah,
It's a heavyweight fight.
First round.
It's either first round or decision.
Yeah.
A slow, boring, painful
Your first
decision.
round or gassed out.
So yeah, that's about it. We'll come
Alright.
back next week, maybe.
Deuces.
So let us know if y'all like the new setup. Leave a comment below. What do you think on the?
Watch both. Watch both. Go to a bar. Watch both.
Leave a comment and let us know what you think about the topics we covered. See you next time. Edmund.
Leave that in. Yeah, leave that in too. That's funny. Doing that voice.
That moment.